Продовжуємо наш робочий день. Сьогодні
Dear colleagues, good afternoon. Today our working day has a very unusual ending. I'm very much excited to welcome our cyborgs from on behalf of the media, Crisis Media Center, and our cyborgs have arrived from different corners of our country, even from the area. And today we are presenting an exhibition, the battle for Donetsk airport cyborg stories, and I would like to invite soldiers from 95th, 74th, and 79th Airborne separate Reconnaissance battalions and Airborne brigades, and the guys will tell their stories to us. I'm not sure whether it is switched on. Good afternoon, I'm Igor. I'm a serviceman of the 74th Separate Reconnaissance Battalion of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Almost voluntary, I joined the mobilization process in July. Last year, in October, we departed to the airport for rotation to change those guys who stayed there, and actually our understanding was that we should not probably so much fight there and protect the airport so much, but we should support our friends, our compatriots who defended this airport. So this was our intention, because from the very beginning we realized that the building will be ruined sooner or later. Good afternoon. I'm very happy to stay here. I'm a serviceman of the 74th Separate Reconnaissance Battalion, like majority of our guys here. As my friend already mentioned, when in the autumn we faced this possibility to be rotated to the Donetsk airport, by that moment in time it became already a legendary place, and the majority of my friends will confirm that our intention was to get there and to participate in that combat and in that fighting, not with the practical aim to keep the building and to keep that position, to keep that territory, but to support our guys, our brothers, and even at that time there was much debate in social networks why we needed to keep that piece of land and sacrifice so many boys, and nevertheless there was an important idea behind this intention, to prove that we are ready to defend our land and to defend it to the last breath, despite all unfavorable circumstances. We wanted to support our guys, to demonstrate to all people that we are able to win the battle, not for the territory, but the battle for the spirit and minds of people. Good afternoon. I'm from Dnipropetrovsk. I have spent last 6 years in Kiev, and was one of the Maidan activists. I voluntarily came to the military commissioner and wanted and expressed my willing to participate in the airport. I participated in the first rotation of personnel. And before this, we had no exact information what was going there. And nevertheless, despite that lack of information, I voluntarily enlisted to this unit which was sent there. Of course, we understood that Russia is much stronger, and nevertheless, we wanted to demonstrate that we have a strong intention not to surrender the pieces of our land, and we wanted to demonstrate our stamina and our readiness to defend our land. I spent almost 2 weeks in the Donetsk airport between 2 rotations, and I would like to thank all the guys who defended the airport. We pity and feel sorrow very much for the for those who were killed and those who were wounded, and nevertheless, we believe that we did what we should do, and despite and since this warfare continues, and independently whether I will preserve my life or no, I'm sure that the Russians will never take victory upon us, and our next participant is Sergei Archangelsky. He is chief magician of the medical staff of the 79th Airborne Brigade. I participated in medical support groups in Maidan, and when those very unpleasant things related to the occupation of Crimea just started, I immediately, without any doubts, I immediately went to the military committee and voluntarily enrolled to the armed forces of Ukraine. Since April 15, we had been staying in Donetsk, in the Donetsk region, and later we changed the company number 4 of our battalion, and my first arrival was in early October 2014 to the Donetsk airport. My second term in the airport was in November, and I spent 25 days in the airport in total. I was very much sure that it was needed, that it was what was required at that moment, and I was absolutely sure that without war it was not possible to deal there. And now I am demobilized. Now I continue my work as a regular doctor, and I quite often recollect how much funny stories were told each other during our stay in the airport to keep our spirit high enough. And the entire previous year was not easy, but it was a rather exciting experience. Maidan events, then airport, which was a very special experience, and I would like to commemorate those who lost their lives in the battle for airport, and we continue praying for them and for their souls. And today, standing here and having this opportunity to speak to you, I would like to say, let us remember them, and all of us both who continue our service in the army forces and those who are demobilized and who work in civil life, we all are ready to stand up and protect and defend our motherland. When staying in the front line, you receive children's drawings, children's pictures. These were letters and pictures written and painted by children, and we felt this support of the entire country, support from the adults, support from volunteers, and support from small children whom we were defending there. And all those people and adults and small children, they prevented us from forgetting that we were defending our motherland. This brings a lot of hope, and this strengthens our belief that we will win because God blesses us, and we stand for truth. I'm Sergei Tanasov from the 79th Airborne Brigade. I'm professional soldier, and in the past I participated in peacekeeping operations in many countries, and I never thought I will participate in military operations on my native land. And as far as I know, you were a participant of one of the Iraqi operations. Whether there is any difference between that war and this war? Here we have a real warfare and real combat activities, combat operations, because in Iraqi the combat operations were quite different there. In the Iraqi, we had all necessary machinery, and that big machinery was absolutely able to suppress rebels very quickly, while here the war developed quite differently, and now we do not have that just big machinery suppressing infantry. We have artillery. Thank you for inviting me to participate here, and I do not believe that I'm a true cyborg. I spent only a week in the airport and 4 days in the terminals, in the ruined terminal per se. I accompanied those journalists who came to see the airport, and during that week which I spent in that area, I was shooted by Sergei Loiko, and that's why I don't think I'm a rebel cyborg. Last year, I participated in combat operations as a volunteer. Now I am on the move to new military unit, and now I have become a staff serviceman. Also, I'd like to announce that today at 6:30 exhibition by Sergei Loiko will be opened here, and you will see his pictures made in both old terminal, new terminal, and by May 4th this exhibition will last. Thank you very much, dear participants, and whether you have any questions, any comments, any wishes to our heroes, then you are welcome to ask them. If no, then now I would like to invite our exhibition participants, together with Leonid Marshak, curator of our art lounge, will deliver a tour guide around the exhibition